Oh boy. Of course, we got Elaine back in the conversation. Did we want her here though?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Obviously, there's been a lot of things that have been going on revolving around the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation. There's been a lot of conversation about people saying that this is Amber Heard 2.0, people calling it the David and Goliath. I mean, it's just been a lot of different things, but most importantly, people have been calling it Amber Heard 2.0. And what's very interesting is that now we have Amber Heard's very own Lord Farquaad, Elaine, okay, has come out to speak on this whole Blake Lively situation. And let's be real, guys. I don't think Elaine did a very good job back during that trial, but at the same time, she was representing somebody who is also trash, in my personal opinion, as well. I mean, the woman fell apart. She was lying about spending money or, donating to certain organizations, etc. She lied. That's what Amber Heard did throughout the entire thing. Her testimonies were absolute train wrecks. And of course, Elaine was spearheading that. She was representing that particular individual. And still to this day, Elaine believes that Amber Heard was innocent. And I'm telling you right now, she's not. I'm sorry. The testimonies that she had were enough. They said a lot without saying, well, she said a lot in those testimonies. And it still said a lot, if you get what I'm saying. But here is a little bit of a clip that I want to share with y'all. And again, I find this to be very, very interesting. A person who represented Amber Heard chiming in on the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation. And now this adds more sprinkle to the top of this hashtag Amber Heard 2.0 thing that's been floating around out here in these internet streets. So let's take a listen to what she got to say about this whole thing. This is going to be interesting.
Blake Lively has no motive to make allegations of sexual harassment public, just as Amber Heard never did against Johnny Depp. With her, what happened in this case in big picture is Blake Lively makes a private complaint of sexual harassment to Baldoni and the other individuals in the middle of the filming, saying, let's get it right and let's be professional for the rest of this filming.
Now, here it is. As far as that goes, okay, fine. But at the same time, and honestly, she had a litany of demands. It wasn't just, it wasn't just a situation of her going, let's make this a copacetic experience. Let's just soldier through and deal with this, all together. Also, at the same time, didn't she leak all this stuff to New York Times before this complaint was even filed? So yeah, you might have this situation a little bit off here, don't you think?
What Baldoni does is he goes out and hires the same PR firm that Depp hired to eviscerate Amber. And again, it was to attack and eviscerate Blake Lively. And you see some of the text messages that the New York Times uncovered where these PR people were saying that they were planting false stories. They were very proud of the fact, they said Justin Baldoni wanted to bury her, and they said they can bury her. And they were very, very proud of the fact that this would all be untraceable in the social media.
Now, of course, everything would be traceable because obviously you could do all kinds of stuff. Look at the metadata. You could do all kinds of different things. OK, and of course, there are people out here that would be more than happy to step forward and say, he asked me to expose this information or to leak this information or to start this smear campaign. And so far, we haven't heard anything of that sort at all thus far. Now, the other thing is it's like, you can miss me with the nonsense of that it's all Justin Baldoni. Justin Baldoni wanted this project to win. Let me repeat this again. Justin Baldoni wanted this project to win. He had everything riding on this project. Let's be real. Think about this. This is a guy who is a self-proclaimed proud feminist and male feminist, okay? Going out doing everything he can to make this movie work. And then all of a sudden he's getting bulldozed by this particular woman. And even during the whole process, it's showing that he's literally just bending a knee. Some people would say he's bending over at her will because of how powerful her dragons are. Okay, her Ryan Reynolds and her Taylor Swift. So again, that is something that's very interesting. The proof now more is showing that Justin was trying to do everything he can to make this project win. Think about this. Why would he go out of his way to sabotage a project that he's been trying to get off the ground for years? Okay, he's been working on this project for more than just 2 years. You got to remember, he had to talk the author into this, sway her opinions of him, or sway her into signing over the rights to him, which he allegedly owns, to the whole project, or to the books itself. Like, there's so much more to this than just him going out here trying to. There's so much writing. That's what I'm trying to say. There's so much writing on this situation that why would he go out of his way to destroy his name, destroy the project in which he just worked on for so many years, just so he can get back at an actress that was in the movie? It just doesn't make any sense to me, guys. It just doesn't. A lot of money, a lot of future projects, a lot of opportunities to get his name out there as a household name was riding on this movie as well. This could have been the thing that could have catapulted his career. So again, why would he go on a smear campaign while the movie was coming out, just so that he can make her look bad? It just doesn't make any sense. Okay. I'm sure he was more concerned about the bag and making sure that the picture was a success because he cared about that project. Let's not forget, he willfully went down into a basement during the premiere and watched the movie with his family and friends and his agents and his team in a basement of a movie theater. He wasn't even allowed to share the red carpet with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. They treated this man like an absolute peasant because of their allegations. Again, if he had a huge problem with this, I feel like this would have been I feel like he would have canceled or dropped the whole project right out the gate. You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense that he would just completely just destroy and drop everything when the movie comes out. Like I said, he has a lot riding on this movie too, guys.
And in fact, Blake Lively was harmed. Her reputation was hurt. She suffered damage as a result of it. Why would he do that if, in fact, this was all false?
Now, again, obviously, for a fact this woman is obviously biased. Let's not forget, she was the lawyer for Amber Heard, okay? And this is the reason why a lot of people are looking at this even more now, and saying that this is Amber Heard 2.0. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it real. You can see here, this woman is clearly, she's not fully vetted on the case. And that's understandable too, okay? She knows, I'm sure, a sprinkling of information that she's gotten through maybe reading some headlines, some articles, X, Y, and Z, but she doesn't know the full scope of it. Let's be real. There's over one of them has one of the documents, I'm sorry, that is out here has over 224 pages. And that's just on Baldoni's side. And that's just one, filing. There's also a timeline of events that's over 160 some odd pages as well. So again, does she have time to, breeze through all of this stuff? Especially this is not on her own, especially when she's not getting paid for this? Hell no. So of course she's going to have an answer that's going to be incredibly biased and leaning towards the Amber Heard argument or the Amber Heard narrative. Okay, because let's be real. Do you think she's going to go off note? Do you think she's going to change the key? No, because if she was to side with Justin Baldoni in these interviews, then instantly everybody would start speculating and asking questions about her stance on what her true stance is on Amber Heard. Instantly people would sit there and go, did she change? Is there a change of heart here? She suddenly changed keys. What's going on here? You see what I'm saying? So this is very, very interesting, but this is very on note. with what she was doing for Amber Heard. So this is not that big of a surprise, but still, again, she doesn't know everything. We got to remember that too, right? She doesn't have all the information.
Why wouldn't he keep it quiet? They have no motive to bring this out because they want the film to succeed. So that's the first big picture. So she finds out.
Again, why would he sabotage the movie by putting stuff out while the movie or before the movie is about to come out, trying to tarnish her name and trying to make her seem like she's the worst person to work with when he has everything riding on that movie? Again, make it make sense. But let's continue.
He's doing this. She files
Roll
the
back.
big picture. So she finds out he's doing this. She files the complaint. He turns around and retaliates, which, I'll talk about the anti-slap here, but you're talking about this website where he puts all his on. Remember context. There's always context. But New York, as does Florida, they have anti-slap litigation, and New York has really strengthened theirs. If you retaliate, like Justin Baldoni has here with his lawsuit, because she has spoken out on a matter of public concern, which certainly sexual harassment is, he is in danger of getting his case dismissed.
Okay, so he's in danger. This is what she says. She says he is in danger of losing his case or getting his case dismissed due to this. And I gotta say, honestly, I don't agree with this. Honestly, she's not retaliating. It almost seems like, and it is like, she started the fire first, and then he retaliated. So again, the question is, I think that's the question. Obviously, everybody's trying to figure out and trying to understand who threw the first stone, who cast the first stone in this situation. And of course, we're all looking at it and saying, no, Blake Lively is the one who cast the first stone. She was planning things out. She had a whole thing ready allegedly with the New York Times, etc., to try to destroy this man. Again, optically, it looks very, very bad for Blake Lively. And of course, things are starting to look a lot better and a lot brighter for Justin Baldoni. But again, what say you guys on this? Because again, when I look at this, I see this is a very interesting time because, again, where the smear campaign and trying to drag her through the dirt happened right around the time the movie was coming out. There was a huge wave of conversation, at least on TikTok, like crazy. People talking like crazy about rumors, etc., about there being a toxic work environment, etc., basically saying it's because of Blake Lively. And so I guess the question is, do you believe that is all from just Justin Baldoni's team, or could that have just been rumor, etc., that came out? But anyway, I ask you guys that question. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts are. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. But again, to me, this is very, very on brand for Elaine. Okay, for Elaine, this is very on brand. So I'm not very surprised about her coming out with her statements that are leaning more on the side of Amber Heard. We already know what she did. Whether you liked her approach or not, she did defend. She did her job. But at the same time, it wasn't that good, in my personal opinion. But then Benjamin Chew, from my understanding, has spoken out too. And his is a little bit more sitting on the fence, which I do appreciate because he at least is talking about both sides of the spectrum and not just trying to stay on brand. He is being a little bit more diplomatic in his reaction to this lawsuit or to these lawsuits. And I think that's the best approach for this. But what say you guys? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. And we'll talk soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.